If you go to any Stellantis dealer across the country, what are you going to see? You're going to see vehicles stacked up. No empty spaces on their lots because they are not selling their cars. MSRP $113,790, and then after your add-ons, they've tried to price themselves as a luxury brand, and I feel like with them doing this, they're going to end up losing a lot of their loyal base. Over the last 5 years, Jeep prices have risen from about $34,000 to about $55,000. Jeep has the longest day supply of any other manufacturer in the market right now. So we can see these problems in inventory stacking up in real time right here. See, this is a Stellantis dealer. They sell Jeep, Dodge, Ram products, and this is their used vehicle side of their dealership. They have a new car side way over there, and then all of this is supposed to be their used vehicle inventory. There's not one used truck on this lot right here. These are all brand new. So they have run out of space over there on their new side, and they're stacking it. They're overflowing over here onto their used car side, and they're almost completely filled up. There's a space right there. There's a space right there. But the rest of these spots, they're filled up with these brand new trucks that they're not selling. Remember when you couldn't find a Challenger or a Charger? Look behind me, a whole row. On the other side, right behind it, a whole row. Then you look behind me. They go all the way down that way, and there's a whole nother row of them right there. I think you can find one now. All right, and this is absolutely ridiculous. This is the most Wagoneers I've seen on a lot since I've started doing this YouTube stuff. Well, let's count them. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 Wagoneers on this dealership. These are the slowest selling vehicles pretty much on the market right here. And there's no wonder why. All right, so we'll just pick one. Black one. I like black. Black's my favorite. They look good. They're good looking cars. But we have a base price of $65,000. We have our MSRP of $72,635. After the add-ons, $75,000. And that's one of the cheap ones. That's like the cheapest Wagoneer that you can find. Oh my goodness. And they just got them stacked everywhere. This is what I want to find. I want to find this in the middle of all these Wagoneers. This is a Grand Wagoneer, so this is the big daddy. So we got the Grand Wagoneer Series 3 4x4, base price $110, MSRP $113,790, and then after your add-ons, $116,000 for the Grand Wagoneer. Sweet, sweet car, but $116,000. Whew, and they're not selling them. So I know that recently I've seen that Jeep was supposed to be sending out a lot of new MSRP cards, these Monroney labels, to their dealers to show money off the MSRPs. They were lowering the prices to try to get people into vehicles. But I'm not actually seeing that on any of these stickers on any of these vehicles at this dealership. You got your base price, you've got your MSRP of $49,000. There's no money off. In fact, you're not just getting any money off, you're actually getting stuff added like your edge guards, your door cups, nitrogen. Nitrogen is always my favorite, the fancy air. But no, you're not getting money off here. It looks like you're getting money on, money added. Nitrogen. I hate nitrogen. So for years and years and years, Jeep has been a strong American brand with a huge following. It's rare that you can go anywhere in this country without seeing a modded out Jeep that's lifted, big tires, someone that's very, very proud of the vehicle that they're driving. But I feel like Jeep has lost its way, and what they've done is they've tried to price themselves as a luxury brand, and I feel like with them doing this, they're going to end up losing a lot of their loyal base. So this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. This is your average SUV for a family in Jeep. You're going to go to your Grand Jeep Cherokee. That's going to be the one that they're going to market towards families. And we have our MSRP of $58,000. You got your add-ons, but here you're paying $61,000 for a Grand Jeep Cherokee. This is your mid-level SUV in the Jeep model. It's not a luxury brand. $61,000. This is why we're having problems here at Jeep. If you're like me, always on the go, finding the right shaving essentials can be very challenging. And that's where Harry's comes in. Whatever store you're in, Harry's will be there. I recently went to Walmart and Harry's was conveniently sitting there on the shelf. Now let's talk about these razors. I think they're great. Harry's has a variety of handles like the Truman, the Winston, and Craft handles, each with its own unique features. These razors do the job brilliantly. Smooth, comfortable, and reliable. And it's not just about the razors. Harry's has an array of different products. Shaving cream, post-shave balm, and more. They've even got body products and skincare to enhance your self-care routine. What I love is the convenience. No need for a special trip just for shaving essentials. Wherever you are, Harry's is too. So I want to give a huge thanks to Harry's for sponsoring this video. Next time you're at your local Walmart, make sure you check out Harry's and let me know what you pick up. Okay, so Jeep increasing prices is not only affecting Jeep the manufacturer and Jeep the new franchise dealers, it's also affecting used car dealers like this right here. This is a CarMax, and they have tons and tons of Jeeps just sitting around. And the reason why it affects them too is because as the prices of Jeeps have creeped up and the cost of them has gone up, then the used values of these Jeeps have also gone up, especially the newer ones. And that means that CarMax has got to pay more for them. They've also got to sell them for a higher price. And that's probably why you see a whole line of those Jeeps sitting here at CarMax. And it's probably going to be harder for even a place like CarMax to sell these Jeeps at the higher prices, because people that are wanting to buy Jeeps, they're not wanting to pay astronomical prices for these things. They aren't a luxury brand, and they don't bring luxury money, and they're going to continue to sit there and not sell, not only on these new car dealer lots, but at a used car dealer lot, just like this CarMax here. All right, so just like I'm saying, we have this this 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited right here, and the price on this is $43,000, and it has 50,000 miles on it, and they're still selling it for 43 grand. Absolutely ridiculous. High Jeep prices, that's what it is, high Jeep Wrangler prices. So I've walked the whole lot, and I believe this is the cheapest thing that they have here all across the whole Jeep lot, and the price is still $35,000. Cheapest thing they have that you can get here at Jeep, and it's still $35,000. That's got to change if they want to actually sell some stuff. And I've learned from watching Ray and Zach on Car Edge that these two right here, these are some of the worst selling vehicles in the country right now. Those are the Dodge Hornets. They're little SUVs, and they're still they're $41,000. Didn't see any discounts, anything like that. Worst selling vehicles on the market, and they're $41,000 still. And recently I've seen some posts from Car Dealership Guy where he's actually talked to some of these Jeep, Dodge, Ram dealers, and they are begging the manufacturer, they're begging Stellantis to help them move metal. What are they going to do? Their floor plans are stacking up. Their inventory is stacking up, and they're having to pay more interest on these vehicles that are sitting there and not selling. They need their manufacturer. They need Stellantis to step up and start adding more incentives, taking money off, adding these special interest rates where they're not going to sell these vehicles. And at the end of the day, these vehicles have already made the money for Stellantis. But the dealers are the ones that are getting stuck with them right now, and the dealers right now are the ones that are going to lose a ton of money on these vehicles. The manufacturer, Stellantis, is going to feel it a lot later as these dealers turn down allocation. But right now, who's being pinched right now are these Jeep, Dodge, Ram dealers, and they're hurting. They're hurting if they're going to social media and saying, look, we need somebody to help us out. We need these manufacturers to help us out. We need somebody to help us sell these cars because we can't do it. So on top of all these inventory issues that Jeep's having, on top of the dealer problems that Stellantis is going through where these dealers actually can't sell these vehicles because they're too expensive, they actually lost 10% of their profits in the last quarter due to the UAW strikes that we saw. Now, because the UAW and Stellantis was able to come together on an agreement, on a new contract, the workers are going to cost more, and that means that these vehicles are going to cost more to produce, and that means one of two things: either the prices are going to go up as an effect of paying more for their labor, or they're going to make less per unit. Either way, it's bad for Stellantis, and they're going to have to deal with that going forward. So we all know that the Jeep Wrangler is the rock for the company that is Jeep, the company that is Stellantis, and the average price of a Jeep Wrangler right now is $59,000. That's absolutely insane. You cannot have a customer base built around a $59,000 vehicle. Things have to change at Jeep. These Wranglers, they have to go lower, and we're seeing it now. We're seeing that Stellantis has to give incentives to these dealers to be able to get butts in seats. And the Wranglers, as popular as they are, as many followers as the Wrangler has, they're still having a hard time selling them. And you're not supposed to have this. This has never happened before, where you have people not buying Wranglers, and now you have crazy sale decreases even across the best-selling vehicle that Jeep offers. Wrangler at $59,000 is absolutely insane. So I was just approached by a salesperson, talked to them. I always, when people come up to me, I always talk to them, have no problem with it, let them know exactly what I'm doing, and usually they'll tell me what's going on, because I'm not here to buy, so they can talk to me about whatever, right? I was asking about incentives and what they were doing, because I've heard that a lot more incentives coming out through Jeep, Dodge, Ram, whatever. He said, well, I'm not really sure. I've only been here about a month, so I'm still kind of learning things. I kind of feel bad for him. He's going into a rough market, and on top of going into a tough market, it's at Stellantis dealer. So I wish him luck, and I hope he makes tons of sales. But I'm a little worried for him. But wish him good luck. Let's hopefully I'll come back here in another 2-3 months, and he's salesperson of the month, and that might mean he's sold 3 cars. That's not nice. That's not nice. So over the last 5 years, Jeep prices have risen from about $34,000 to about $55,000. And what's that saying to their customer base? We're basically pricing you out of the market, right? So that's an increase of 61% over the last 5 years. And Jeep has said that they want to price themselves more like a luxury brand, but guess what? It's still got the Jeep badge on the front of the SUV. It's not a luxury brand. The customer base that they had, they're trying to get away from them and then market to a customer base that they think they're going to make more money on. And per vehicle, yeah, that might be the case, but they're losing so many customers in doing so. And that's why you continue to see these Jeeps sitting on lots, is because they're not making an affordable vehicle anymore, and they're not trying to get a vehicle to the customer base that they had. They're trying to move away from that customer base and go to a more luxury brand. And that's the wrong way to maneuver yourselves in this market. So over the same last 5 years, when their prices have been going up by so much, Jeep sales have also gone down by about 34%. And this should correlate. Now, we've had all this crazy time go through. We've had production cuts and everything like that. But if Jeep wants to get back to the sales that they've seen, they can't abandon their customers. And you're going to continue to see their sales fall as this time goes forward. That's why we're seeing that Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Stellantis, these are the brands that are having inventory problems, the inventory stacking up at dealer lots worse than any other manufacturer right now. They're some of the slowest selling vehicles on the market. It's due to price, it's due to rebranding of their product, and it's due to them abandoning their loyal customer base. And because we're seeing so many inventory problems at Jeep right now, what have they done? They've come out and they've started reducing their prices. So what you can see now is that their Jeep Cherokee model, their very popular family SUV, they've come out and said they're going to be taking up to $4,000 off the price of these Jeeps. This is something that we haven't really seen in the last 3 years, where manufacturers look like they're kind of panicking. They're seeing these days of inventory stack up, and even though they've sold these vehicles already to their dealers, and Jeep themselves have actually made the money on them, they're seeing that these dealers are turning down allocations. And if the dealers are turning down allocations, then the manufacturers can't move more cars to these dealers, meaning that their sales are going to go down even more. And if that's the case, they've got to make it easier for customers to buy cars from these dealers. And that is in the form of taking money off these Jeeps, in this case $4,000, adding incentives for customers to buy and giving special interest rates. And when they're doing these things, you can see that the manufacturers know that the dealers are in panic mode, and when the dealers start getting in panic mode, then the manufacturer starts to get in panic mode. And Jeep, Dodge, Ram right now, as far as inventory goes, they're the worst of the worst of the worst. Okay, so recently the CEO of Stellantis has come out and said that they do not want to participate in what he's calling this bloodbath that's happening in the EV space. And what he's really talking about is the race to the bottom on prices. He's basically calling out Tesla with their lowering prices, and we're seeing this across the market that it's hitting Ford too, where they're having to lower their prices on the Mach-E's, they're having to lower their prices on the F-150 Lightnings to just stay somewhat competitive with Tesla. We know that they're not. But the CEO of Stellantis is saying that he does not want to participate in this. And really, if they don't start participating in these price cuts, it's going to get even worse for Stellantis with their EV products. They're already terrible. They're already not selling them. We're finding that people don't want them. So if they're not going to make them competitively priced with the other brands, they're definitely not going to sell them. And it's just going to continue to get worse for them if they don't participate in what he's calling a bloodbath in the EV space. So on top of all of these UAW, where a car dealership guy put out some tweets, put out some X's tweets. I don't know what it is. The profit loss problems that Jeep's having right now. Finding someone going down with yeah, I'll start this over again.